Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks to Chairman, thanks Museum and Kyoto University for organizing the conference. I'm glad to introduce some information of our university collection and research. So I talk three parts. First, our university in East China, Hangzhou, near Shanghai, is about 48 minutes by train. This is the Hangzhou map. We have 4 campuses. Hangzhou is a famous city in China. This Grand China is close to the city. In 12 years ago, we have a new campus in northwest Hangzhou. This is the gate. This new campus. So, herbarium and museum in our university. 12 years ago, we have a plan to construct the building. This building is finished. Originally for museum, we designed everything, but later leader changed. President changed, so now it's given another college move the building. So I think this conference is a good chance to push the leader back to museum in future. Yes, according original plan, including plant, animal, insects, soils, logs, arts, history and culture, all social aid, science, and natural science. So just now, before the conference, I found that our university have the digital museum website. Our college, nobody knows. So it's very interesting. I look at the website. It's only literature, no natural science. Some people design, but called China University Digital Museum is a big design, managed by the Zhejiang University. So I talked to some college from China. Yes, some people know this, but hope change is push enlarge everything. So in our university have a herbarium, small herbarium, about 300 meters square, 100,000 specimens, focus on East China. So 10 years ago, government support, give the money support university, renew the herbarium. So we renew the cabinets and some specimen made digital online work. This herbarium built in 1928. Professor Zhong Guangguang taught botany in our university, beginning the collection of specimen, who also built the first university garden in China. He studied in Japan in 1910 to I forgot the detail. So come back to China, teaching, first teaching in Beijing University, then move to our university. So this is the preliminary digital work on our specimen. So maybe will be online in this December. So in Hangzhou have other separate herbarium in Hangzhou Botanical Garden and Zhejiang Natural Museum. We organize in herbarium units. If you come, you can go to our herbarium and go to other two herbarium. So we together doing some edition and collection focus on East China, including Zhejiang, Anhui, Fujian, Jiangxi province. So in the meantime, a plant DNA bank attached to their specimen had been established in the herbarium since 2000. This is now we have about 1,000 species, 5,000 samples. So this is the garden. It also is built by the Zhong, Professor Zhong, in 1928. This is pavilion for the memory of Zhong. This in the garden. We have the garden have over 600 living species, and this is Smalacaceae garden is my research material. It's another medicinal plant, and is also our lab material in the garden. So also have animal specimen room in our university, small, about 2,000 specimens in the building, smaller, small. So we hope after this conference we push the president give the support on back to the building to all museum involved departments. I wish. So second part we talk flora of plant collection in East China. Why people interested in East China? So you look the north latitude 30, and this area each year have a lot of much more rain from typhoon. Typhoon bring a lot of rain. So in the world, other parts all is dry land except United States also is a similar typhoon. So this area, China, East China is good for plants living. Other reason, in last glacial maximum did not impact vegetation of this area. This figure is Harrison 2001 published. He used based on the ancestor pollens data and the computer simulation. And the last glacial maximum East China and Japan also is temperature and forest. It's good forest. This is now. So this area keeps a lot of living fossil species and tertiary plants, like ginkgo. This is near Hangzhou, our university 1 hours is primitive and Pseudolarix and alligator kinensis, all in this area. A lot of other species, and I don't talk detail. There's a lot of other. Also is a living fossil or tertiary species. So Tianmu Mountain is simple in this area, which now is a reserve, natural reserve. Keep a lot of living fossil species and tertiary plants. If you come to our university, it's easy to visit this mountain. So in East China, we need to talk little the history, the history of plant collection. This two person is famous in East China. Wu Zhong is I mentioned before. Hu Xianshu, maybe some toxic taxonomist know. He got PhD in Harvard Arboretum. There are pioneers of Chinese plant taxonomy and plant collection. Zhong is the first collection of plant specimen in China, first in Beijing University in 1914 and 1918. So he collected a lot of specimen, many species. Most of it now kept in Beijing University Herbarium. Later moved to Zhejiang University teaching botany. Continue collection in East China, built the herbarium and the garden. So later some people, for memory of Professor Zhong, gave the one species and named the one species, one genus for used his name for one species, one genus. Who in 1918 took the field trip, first field trip for collection specimen in Zhejiang, Jiangxi, and Fujian for half a year. He is the second scholar after Zhong. In 1921 and 222, he edited a lot of books, like list of Zhejiang plants, list of Jiangxi plants. He come back from Harvard Arboretum, and so beginning the taxonomy research. In 1930s, he trained some taxonomists like Qin Renchang, Cai Xitao, and Yu Dejun. It also later became China taxonomist, famous taxonomist. So in 1932, he built the first botanical garden in Lushan, Mountain Lushan, Jiangxi province. In recent 50 years, many botanists and taxonomists continue to collection and edit some books which record 2,007 species in Tianmu Mountain, 4,300 in Zhejiang province, and over 600 species in East China. Recently, we need to mention Jin Shuangma. He come back from Brooklyn Botanical Garden in New York, now working in Shanghai Chengxin Botanical Garden. He edited this book. It's very important. The outline of taxonomic literature of East Asia highland plants. It described the history and the literature of collection in East China. Is very important for future research. So finally, I simply talk our research in our laboratory. Systematics, phylogeny, and phylogeography, and conservative genetics, and plant genetics of medicine plants. I focus on Smalaceae in the world. The species, the group is well known. Each people, this group distributed in the world, everywhere you maybe can find. This is the distributive map, about 200 species, 2 genus. Koyama, Japan famous taxonomist, in 1960 published the one paper divided 6 sections. Another genus Heterosmalax. So I beginning study the genus in 1990. First chromosome based on the collection material, did the chromosome research. Then pollen morphology in the world. I work in New York Botanical Garden and finish this work. So later continue to do molecular systematics with Dr. Ken Cameron in New York Botanical Garden. So we suggest Herbaceous Smalax have the common ancestor of Herbaceous Smalax, have the originated in Asia to have a splinter northeastward to North America through the Berlin Land Bridge in 2005. So in 2006, we together published the molecular tree based on the RTS. We found the base-clad Aspera. It's famous, common in European, Africa, Asia. So now we just finished the 3 DNA region. Suggest the tree suggests the phylogeny of Smalax. Old world base group, new world clade, and old world harbor and semi-world species, and old world worthy species. 4 clades. So according the molecular tree, don't support the Koyama's section division. The one section divided different clade, so maybe it's not natural. And Heterosmalax ended in the clade on Smalax. So it's not good genus here. Our results suggest the family originated from the late Cretaceous, and the 3 main clades formed between late Eocene and the early Oligocene, when the Earth have great variation. this type. Okay. Reviews rapid radiation during late Oligocene and Miocene in Asia. So this map gives the distributive pattern. The Australia species and African species from Asia. American species migration to Europe and Asia, and Hawaii species from South America. So in Asia have a big radiation, have over 120 species. But we know the family original from South America. Then this is the migration map. So now we propose a relation of the Asia Smalaceae. This is the division. Total 20 species, total 200 species, Asia 126. Okay, this is the detailed research item. Other thing that we did a lot of biogeography of endangered species and endemic species with Asia botanists, including Isagi, Kyoto University, and Tokyo University, and Taiwan, and some botanists together. This is the ginkgo. We found 2 glacial refuge. One is the Temu Mountain, one is West China. And this is the detail. So another Korean Shuma is distributed 3 countries. We found we did that the migration. This is the SMP group. This is recent work with the Isagi laboratory. It's a famous species, Phylogeography. Have 2 species. One species endemic Japan, one species both 2 countries. We found that found here the CPD genotype between 2 species. But RTS reviews different genotypes. So maybe we think maybe have the hybridization, introgradation hybridization. So other species also studied both countries. Okay, so last medicine plants in China and Japan and Korea. We also studied the cultivate population is good or not good. Cultivate like this, cultivated population have a low diversity because use the vegetation reproduction. This wide population, this cultivate. So we need find a good wide species, wide population for building, for breeding in future. So if the good, the species if good, we can research tissue culture for farmer, for farm. So future collection and research. I think further collection in East China and the most of islands in East Asia hope to form a collection network, particularly in Japan, China, Korea. We call JCK area. Second, by the further research on more species in this area with Japan, Korea, taxonomists, we can review the reason of the climate change and the environment variation, and reviews speciation and even evolutionary history. So thank you very much.